Shalom, shalom. I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, this brother, Yah. So, real quick, got this early meditation that I want to get into, man. What treasures do you have laid up, right? Because you could have treasures laid up. You might have some gold, right? You know what I'm saying? You might have some diamonds, you might have some silver, you might have some brass, right? But it's also spiritual treasures that you can lay up, right? So, let's get into it. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into this thing. Share my screen. Get this real quick. All right. Okay. Share my screen. Here we go. All right. Got that on there. All right, let's go to get this right quick. All right. Let's go to the book of, we're going to the book of Sirach first. All right. Let's go to Sirach chapter 29, verse 11. It says, lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High. It shall bring thee more profit than gold. So it says, lay up the treasure according to the commandment, right? Because see, the commandments is the most valuable thing that you have in this world, right? It's more valuable than any riches that you can acquire in this world, right? Keeping the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahshua is the most valuable thing you can do, right? It's the most valuable thing that you can store up in your life, right? It says, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold, right? Because guess what? In the day of the Lord, the gold is not going to mean anything. Silver is not going to mean anything, right? Any carnal or materialistic riches that you can gain is not going to mean anything in the day of the Lord, right? So how do we know this? Let's go to the book. Okay. Loading a little slow right now. For some reason, that's a Satan, man. Bear with me. Computer's kind of moving a little slow. But we're going to kind of speed up a little bit. Hold on. Let me see what's going on. All right. Let me try something else. All right. For some reason, it's not, the blue letter Bible is not showing up as Satan, but we'll go to it on this one. See, that's just Satan, man. All right, so we're going to go to the book of Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 18. It says, neither, Salakia, it says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. So it says, in the day of the Lord, man, it's not going to matter how much silver, how much gold you got, how much diamonds, how much pearl, how much emeralds, how much whatever, sapphire, right? It doesn't matter in the day of the Lord. It says, neither your silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy readings of them, all of them that dwell in the land. So when it comes to the Lord, right, the things that you acquire on this earth, right, can, for instance, your carnal things that you acquire, right, it's no profit to you. It's no gain. It's no value, right? But the spiritual things that you weigh up, now there is profit in that, right? Because one will say, well, how is us keeping the commandments? How can that possibly, right? Let's go back to, because we just talked about the day of the Lord. Now this, we're gonna get this right here. We're gonna get another tab open up. All right, well, that thing's still loading up. Let's go to here. Revelation, right? Over Revelation chapter 22. Right? And we're going to go to verse number 14. It says, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. So it's saying, hey, blessed are those that do the commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because see, the people that's doing that, now that doing that will give you the ability or the opportunity, the chance to enter into the gates, into the city. What is that city? That city is the kingdom of heaven, right? So Lord willing, right? Because we got to remember when you read up, right? It says, go to Revelation 22 and 12. Right, it says, and behold, I come quickly. This is in red letters. So this is Yahweh Shah speaking. He says, my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. So Yahweh Shah is going to give every man according to his work, right? Doing these works, right here, keeping the commandments of Yahweh Shah. Those works, right? Not your carnal, right? Not because you worked at Lowe's for 20 years or you was a CEO of a tech company. Those works not they don't matter, man, right? But the works that you put forth, right, as in keeping the commandments and being obedient to Him, right? These works, right? The Lord said He will reward you accordingly, and Lord willing, by you doing these commandments, and you enter into the city of life. I mean, enter into the city, right? That you might have right to the tree of life. And that tree of life is immortality. That's what it's saying. That's immortality. And how do we get? And even the book of Matthew tells you how to get everlasting life, right? That tree of life gives you everlasting life, right? And how do we get it? Right? It goes back to this very thing, right? Matthew chapter 16. We're gonna start at 16. 19 and 16 says, and behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? Right? That same place talking about the kingdom, the place where everlasting life exists. The only place where everlasting life exists is in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right? It says, and he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou were enter into life, keep the commandments. Right? Keeping the commandments. It's simple. Right? Right? So let's go to another. Let's go to some more, man. All right, we're going to be talking about these treasures, man. What kind of treasures, right, are you really bringing forth, right? What treasures are you bringing forth in these times? What treasure are you got laid up? What treasures you got laid up? Let's go to another one, right? Bear with me. Bear with me. We'll get another one. All right. Let's go to this, the book of Tobit, right? Let me get to the book of Tobit, but it's another one I want to get to. But we're gonna get to the book of Tobit though. We'll get the book of Tobit though. All right. Let's go to Tobit chapter 4, and we're gonna get the full chapter, right? So let's go up to let's start at verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious, neither turn thy face from any poor, and the face of God shall not be turned away from thee. Right? It says, if thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little. For thou layest up a good treasure for thyself against the day of necessity. Right. So this is another. All right. So we got right now. We got commandments. That's a treasure, right? You got giving alms, right? That's also another treasure, right? It says for thyself against the day of necessity, because that alms do deliver from death. So alms can deliver you from death. So this is another mighty treasure, right? Which is not a carnal treasure that you can say, well, I got a whole bunch of no, right? This is a spiritual thing that you got to put forth, giving alms, right? Giving alms, that's spiritual too. So that's moving the spirit. How about Shemel Shah to want to give alms to your brothers, right? The sisters, I mean to Israel, right? It says because that alms do deliver from death and suffer not to come into darkness. For alms is a good gift unto all that give it in the sight of the Most High. So alms is a good gift unto all that give it. So alms is a gift within itself. You gotta think about it. Gotta slow it down. It says alms itself is a good gift to all that give it. So you by you giving alms, you're creating a gift for yourself. You're creating a treasure for yourself, right? And it says that because alms to deliver from the day of death. A alms can deliver you from the day of death, right? Let's get another one on this, man. Right, that's what I was looking for. Right, let's go to this right here, Sirach chapter 29 and verse 12. Right, let's get the full thing. Sirach 29 and 12. Right, it says, lay up thy treasure. Oh yeah, we read that. But shut up alms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from all affliction. So it says, shut up alms in thy storehouses. Right? So you gotta have alms, man. And it said it will deliver you from from times of affliction, right? It will deliver you from death, right? Deliver you from affliction, right? So alms is a great treasure to have. Charity is a great treasure to have, man. Right? Let's get this in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Let's go there. Right. Chapter 13. Because it speaks on that. Again, now we're not gonna read the whole account of that. Right. Let's go to hell, we go ahead, just go start at verse 1. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all the mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. So you gotta give charity in this thing. You gotta give charity in this thing. Give alms. And there's many ways you can give alms, right? Um, you can give alms by going out, doing the works. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of alms, right? A form of charity, right? Helping a fellow brother, right? You might not be able to help him financially, but you can help him like giving a helping hand, or giving some food or clothes or something like that, shirts or fringes or dress. That's charity. That's alms, right? So it says, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to burn and have not charity, it profit me nothing. So you gotta have charity in this thing, man. You gotta give charity. Let's go jump on verse 8. Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether they be tongues, they shall cease. Whether they be knowledge, it shall vanish away. Right? So let's jump down the verses right here. And now about the faith, hope, charity. But these three, but the greatest of these is charity. So charity plays a big part in this walk as well. So when you setting up treasures, right, you setting up your storehouse, right? Your spiritual storehouse, right? One, you want to make sure that you're keeping the commandments. That's first and foremost, right? To make sure that you're keeping the commandments, how about you outside. And two, also that you're giving charity, right? These are different things you can do to build up your spiritual storehouse, right? Because a lot of our spiritual storehouses are empty. And that's what's gonna be weighed in a balance, right? When Yahweh Shai comes, right? He's not gonna be looking at your spiritual, your physical storehouse, right? You might have a physical storehouse, you might have a whole bunch of rice, you might have a whole bunch of canned goods, you might have a stack of diamonds or whatever it may be in your carnal material physical storehouse. But that don't mean a damn thing. right? What matters is what's in that spiritual storehouse, right? Did you give alms? Did you give charity? Did you keep the commandments of Yahweh Shemi Shah? That's what's going to matter, right? So let's go to another precept. All right. Let's see this. Let's go right here. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, and verse 26. It's we can get to, I think I'll just chief this right here what I want. But just in case it might be something more. It says, riches and strength lift up the heart, but the fear of the Lord is above them both. There is no want in the fear of the Lord, and it neither not to seek help. So that lets you already know right there that riches don't mean a thing. Riches doesn't mean it means nothing when it comes to Yahweh Shemel Shah. It means absolutely nothing. You can gain a whore, you can gain $1 million, you can be a billionaire, but these things don't mean nothing. It says, but the fear of the Lord is above them both. Now, when it comes to the fear of the Lord, right? When you fear the Lord, what you gonna do? You're gonna keep his commandments. Right? Because that's the first step of it. That's the first step. That's the first step in his truth. Fearing Yahweh Shemel Shah. Right? Let's go to the classic and finally unload it up on personal side. But let's see if it didn't load up all the way. Nah, it's not working. It's not working. Because it's usually supposed to like work a lot quicker than that, man. So that's Satan. It's just not, that app is just not working. So we're just gonna use this right now because it's just tripping still. So let's go to the classic precept, man. Right? Classic precept in the book of Psalms. Right. Psalms. All right. 110 and 11. Oh my gosh. 11 and 10. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. So straight like that, the fear of the Lord, that's the beginning of it all. Right? That's the beginning of wisdom. And when you fear the Lord, that's the starter step of wisdom. And once you obtain it, right? Once you obtain knowing what to do, then you're gonna apply it. You're gonna actually do it. Right? Because that's wisdom, right? Only a fool would say, well, hey, I know, I fear the Lord and I know what to do, but you don't follow through. And that's true. And that's truly true. And that truly shows that you don't really fear the Lord. Because if you truly fear Yahweh Shemel Shah, or you're going to keep his commandments, or you're going to walk in integrity, you're going to be sincere, you're going to be diligent, you're going to be on fire, right? So that all these things go hand in hand, right? So when you go back here and says, to this right here, Sirach 40 and 26 says, riches and strength lift up the heart, but the fear of the Lord is above them both, right? There is no want in the fear of the Lord, right? Because see, when you have that's just like in society, when you're rich, you don't want for anything. You don't want for nothing. Because you got what you need. You got money to buy whatever you need. Whatever you need, there's no want. Because you got everything that you want. So just like that, on the right hand side, in the spiritual aspect, right? It says there is no want in the fear of the Lord. Because then when it comes to the fear of the Lord, that's you set up a storehouse of how can I say, a multitude of treasures that you got when you fear the Lord, right? You can get the tree of life, you get everlasting life because you're gonna keep his commandments, right? You're gonna be giving alms, giving charity, right? You'll save within a time of affliction, right? It's so much accolades and rewards that come with this treasure, right? With the treasure of the world, right? It only buys you things of the world, right? But with treasures of Yahweh Hashem outside, those true treasures, right? You can receive things for that as an everlasting life. You can't buy that with $1 billion. You can't buy it with $200 billion. Or getting saved from death. You can't get saved from death. The Lord sent a death angel your way, he gonna take you out, right? But if you got some arms, some chariots stored up, a Lord could have mercy upon you, right? Depending, Lord willing. But you can't buy that. You can't buy your way out of that. You can't bargain with a death angel with some money, man. Right? So it's benefits to building up your spiritual storehouse. Because when you build up your spiritual storehouse, right, you got some arms in that thing. You got some commandment keeping that thing, like that treasure. You laying up some treasures, right, that could last you a lifetime, right? But it says there's no fear, there's no want and fear of the Lord, in need of not to seek help, right? So let's go to Proverbs chapter 6, and it's not really a long drawn out lesson, because y'all know it's meditate, it's early meditation, right? Early morning meditation. It ain't gotta be too long. We just gonna get something to meditate on today, something to think about, through the spirit, right? Let's get this right here. It says this. I'm gonna close out with these ones right here. It says, "My son, keep thy father's commandment and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continually upon thine heart and tie them about thy neck." Right, right. So you gotta take these commandments. You gotta bind them. Right, to your heart. Right. You gotta, when it says, does that mean kind of get the commandments and you kind of wrap? No, it means, hey man, store them in here. Store them in here. Right. Have them close to you. Have them always in your mind. You always meditating them, right? You always thinking about them, trying to keep them, things like that. That's what it's talking about when it says bind them to. When you bind something to you, right? It's stuck to you. It's stuck to you. Can't get it off because it's bound together. So you want the commandments stuck inside your mind. Tie them to about the night. Does that mean you just take something and you tie it around your neck? No, man, you can't make sure these commandments is stuck in your mind, stuck in your brain, right? Because we need them, right? We gotta keep God Yahweh Shema outside commandment. Because if we not keeping His commandments, we ain't getting the kingdom straight off the rip. Off the rip. If you're not keeping no commandments, you not get the kingdom. You might as well just hang that up. You might as well get that up. Because guess what? You're showing the Lord that you're not obedient. You show the Lord that you don't have no fear of Him. You might as well give it up. Right? You might as well give it up. Right? So we got to make sure that we bind these commandments to our hearts, right? Have them stuck in our minds, right? But let me go to Proverbs chapter 8 as well. Right? Let me see what I was looking for. Yeah, right here. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 11. "For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not compared to it." So it says, hey man, when it comes to wisdom, man, it's better than rubies. All things that you can desire, your heart's desire, anything that you can desire in this world, you cannot compare it to wisdom. But how do you get it? How do you obtain wisdom? Goes right back to the classic, man. The fear of the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom. It's like a ever revolving door when it comes to this thing. And it all surrounds about the Lord. It's simple. He wants the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans to do this thing. fear him, keep his commandments, have faith in his son Yahushua, and repent. That's what he wants you to do. That's what he wants you to do. But by doing these simple things, you're making a path for greater things. The simple things is creating a greater path for you. Because it's you doing these simple things, you building up this spiritual storehouse. You doing so much great things through the spirit by doing the simple things. A lot of people they try to gather, dude. I gotta do this. I go, hey, keep these commandments. I gotta read this book. I gotta read the book of Enoch. I gotta read the book of Jubilees. I gotta read the book of all this other nonsense. I gotta whatever they're trying to achieve. I gotta get the deepest, darkest breakdown. Man, keep it simple, man. Keep the commandments, man. But you keeping the commandments entails so much things. Because it tells you loving your brother like you should, right? Caring for the poor, caring for the widow, right? Not committing adultery, not committing fornication, not committing lewd, heinous sex act. All these things fall under the umbrella of keeping God's law. Simple, right? So this is a quick, edification through the spirit, or when it's edifying, you know what I'm saying? And you just meditate on, you know what I'm saying? What treasure do you have laid up? What treasures? What do you have laid up? Right? So with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? This brother Leon, New One Congregation of Israel, right? Signing out.